real problems. And we can't expect to make headway with these problems unless we discuss them. Ignoring them will not make the problems go away.
Many people say that this is the most polluted country in the world simply because it's so densely populated and wealthy. We have the biggest number of cars per square kilometer. We have the most intensive agriculture. We have the highest use of pesticides and fertilizers. We have most waste.
So think of the future. Stop energy waste. Stop the greenhouse effect.
So we are world champion in polluting. So there's quite a lot of work to do here.
The greenhouse effect.
CO2 meets the greenhouse effect.
Frenetic, in-your-face television commercials are only the first clue that in Holland, cleaning up the environment is more than just talk. Here's an example. Dennis Gerrits is a 19-year-old construction worker. He has his eye on a new Volkswagen, but the price seems a bit steep. It's even steeper than it might be because included in the final price of every new car sold in Holland is an extra fee of 200 guilders, more than 100 US dollars. So where does that 200 guilders go? This is the Van de Mosselaar Auto Disassembly Plant, sort of a Henry Ford assembly line in reverse. Here, cars that have been driven their last mile are ripped and stripped of anything that might have value for recycling. In Holland, every day, more than 1,000 cars reach the end of their usable life. So without this new industry and the tax that makes it possible, all that waste, including hazardous materials, would simply end up in overburdened junkyards or landfills. You would have to pay 200 more guilders, $100 in the United States, for being able to recycle this car later. What do you think about having to pay that much more just so that many years from now the car can be recycled?
It's good for the milieu.
For the environment, yeah.
Yes. And for the children, now later, but growing up, for that children, it's all better. I want to pay more.
Do you have children yourself now,
no,
your own children?
No, not, but about a few years.
Yeah. And you care about these things now, even though you don't have children?
Yeah, yes.
But it costs you extra money now.
But it's for your own life, your children's life. I think it's good.
New Zealand, a land of sensational beauty and shocking contrast. From desolate clear-cuts to pristine wilderness, from lifeless dams to wild rivers. This nation of 63 million sheep and only 3 million people is in many ways the antithesis of Holland. If Holland is like New Jersey, then New Zealand is more like Oregon. And yet if the Dutch lead the way on urban issues, when it comes to managing natural resources, New Zealanders are at the head of the pack.
The downgraders are a little slow in lanes 4 and 5, and also a bit slow in lanes 3 and 4.
New Zealanders face other problems that resonate throughout America. In Waitakere, a suburb of 140,000 on the outskirts of Auckland, the morning commute is a daily nightmare.
This is crazy. This is crazy stuff. In world terms, this is crazy stuff. But for a new country like New Zealand and for a new city like Waitakere, this is crazy. This is like a junior Los Angeles. This kind of stuff, I believe, must stop.
Bob Harvey was elected mayor of Waitakere by promising to turn his community into the world's first eco-city.
That's right.
It won't be easy. Bob Harvey's town is a collection of suburban neighborhoods and strip commercial developments, the classic post-war community that gobbles rural land and fights its insatiable addiction to the automobile. Bob is determined to get people out of their cars by putting a surcharge on single-passenger commuters and spending money on mass transit instead of road construction and repair.
And we're not going to build any more infrastructure to get this crowd down onto that motorway. That's what they've got for the next 20 years. So it's their choice now. They want to be jammed up 2 miles back, 5 miles back, 20 miles back. That's fine. That's fine if they want to do that. But we ain't going to add another 20 lanes to get this crowd down onto that motorway.
But don't you have a hard competition against the comfort of the automobile?
No, the fact is these people have never been sold the advantages of, say, light rail. They have never been sold the advantages of pooling their cars. They've never been sold the advantages of doing everything except putting their bum in a seat of their car. This is ego we're looking at. This has nothing to do with transportation. This is pure, stupid ego. My car, my drive, my town. Those things are ending. They've got to end. By the end of the century, we've got to see half these cars.